We are good.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, good. So, okay, and we are here now. All right. Okay, that's it. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, I'm so excited. Welcome to the Expert Exchange. This is the podcast for everyone. It's a very good space where we bring in curiosity, and this curiosity meets experience. It's where real conversations spark and real learning takes place. And very excited for today's episode. It's a special one. I must tell you, it's so special. On this podcast, we sit down with experts. So we have an expert on the show today. And this expert is going to tell us everything. She's going to share her lessons, her breakthroughs, her challenges, everything she has for us. And I am also excited to have her as well as my co-host, an amazing person, Miss Anne. Thank you for joining. And I'm also excited to welcome our special guest. Thank you, Miss Precious. I'm so glad you're here. And to the audience, thank you for always tuning in and joining us. If you can hear us, please, I would like you to comment and say that you can hear us. All right. Thank you all for joining us. And today's topic, we all know, is the health questions you are afraid to ask. However, we have more questions coming because our guests, oh my gosh, she wears so many caps, and I always look forward to, each time I talk about that, I get excited because we're going to learn so much from her. Thank you all for joining us, and let's get into this thing. Thank you very much. I want to say hi to guests. Hello, Miss Chioma. How are you doing today?
I am fine. I am fine. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. And to my co-host, Miss Anne, how are you seeing this whole program today? Because it's a special one, I said it's going to be a special one. I did mention that.
Exactly. Myself, I'm super excited to be here. And what made me even more excited is because of the guest that you're having. She's just superb. And the way you've mentioned, wearing so many caps at once. So I'm looking forward to learn from her and to get more experiences that she already has so that she can also share with us and our audience. Thank you so much, Choma, and you're highly welcomed to the Expert Exchange show.
Okay, so before we get started with the questions, we usually do something. We let people know who Miss Choma is, who our guest speaker is. And what we do is to read her bio, just a brief one, and let you know this amazing guest speaker. And so, without wasting much of our time, I'm going to go straight to doing that. I'm going to go straight to reading her bio. So you guys should just give me some time because it's not easy. This speaker has a lot. And so let me take my time to say this. Miss Miss Chima is a registered nurse, midwife, and public health nurse with a Bachelor of Nursing Sciences from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. With over a decade in the health profession, which encompasses. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to record this. I'm so sorry, and I'll have to do that. Pardon me. Okay. Yes. Sorry about that. Sorry for that. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Yep. Sorry. Okay. Ms. Choma is a registered nurse, midwife, and public health nurse with a Bachelor of Nursing Sciences from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, with over a decade in the health profession, which encompasses both professional training and active nursing practice. She's passionate about influencing how people see, value, and prioritize their health. Chioma is a multi-award winning nurse and founder of the Chioma Okere Brand Limited, where her work sits at the intersection of healthcare, goal accountability, and digital creativity. She is driven by her belief that nursing impact should extend beyond the hospital into how people live, plan, and sustain healthy lives. Through her coaching programs, trainings, and AI-powered creative services, she has supported 150 professionals, created 50 plus AI visuals, developed spoken across multi-virtual platforms. She shares practical insights on health, goal execution, accountability, and AI-powered content creation across LinkedIn and others. Wow. Like I can't stop saying wow, because when it came to me, I said Miss Chioma has it all. That's amazing. It's good to have you on the show, Miss Chioma. Thank you for honoring our invitation. And so I'm gonna hand over to Miss Anne. Will take the first and second question. Over to you, Miss Anne. Thank you very much.
Yeah, when you're reading through, I'm just thinking, like, how is she able to handle all this, And that just tells me one thing. Miss Chioma must be a person who you're reading a lot. I mean, you're learning every day, because the fact that AI was just introduced a few years back, but you have already incorporated it even in your career, just speaks a lot about you. And just to remind our audience as we start this, remember to ask any questions that you have to our guest. And in case of any clarity you need, please feel free to use the chat box and make good use of it. So, as we know, we all have a genesis, a background of where we started from. So, to my guest, what is it that transpired you or made you go into this path of nursing? So, take us through your story back then, how your journey began, and how you landed into this career. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here. I hope you can hear me very well.
Sure, we can. You're very audible and clear.
Okay. So, first of all, nursing was actually never the plan from the very onset. It wasn't what I desired to be while growing up, but nevertheless, I've always wanted to be in the healthcare sector. Like growing up, even with the dolls that my mom bought for me, children love dolls. I would always, and my mom is enough, but it wasn't really the reason. I just love taking care of the doll. I just wanted to be in the healthcare sector. However, when I kept growing in our secondary school and being a bright student too, my family thought, I think she should just be a medical doctor. That would be better for her. That was all they wanted. But me, I didn't even want anything medical doctor. I just settled for pharmacy. So after school, I applied to write the exam. That is this national board exam. We call it JAM. But fortunately, I couldn't get in for like 2 years. So my mom says, I'm staying at home consistently. Let's just try and apply nursing. And I was like, God, I don't want to be a nurse. I was so upset. And I applied, and fortunately, I got into nursing school. So I think it was a diploma program at the time. Now things have changed so far, and because you can also get there are certain nursing schools that now offer degree, but now it wasn't like that before. It was basically diploma. So that was how I found myself here. And the time I'm joining at the initial time, I wasn't just happy, packing my bags to come to school. I was like, this is not what I want. But as I said, I've always wanted to be in healthcare sector. I just didn't know whether I should be a med lab scientist or a radio. I was confused. But I'm telling you that I believe that this was also divine, because even everything that happened in between for me to come to this profession was obviously God's plan. That's how I say. Because at the end of everything, when I joined nursing, I realized I was really passionate about it. I was passionate that even as a student, my superior would always, say nice things about how I take care of people. My patients, they really prefer me many times to be their nurse. So it was not really, it now transformed into being a passion. And sincerely, I don't want to be in any other profession that is not nursing. So that is where that was the like foundation to being a nursing profession thing. Thank you.
Oh, wow. That is so amazing because, you're talking about your story and I'm reflecting on my own journey. Because myself, I wanted to be a nurse. But unlike you, where you
Oh,
applied and
really?
you exactly, I wanted to be a nurse. But unlike Choma, I
Wow.
applied, but I didn't get the opportunity simply because my cluster points couldn't allow me to get the opportunity to learn and enroll for the diploma in nursing. But okay, the way you've said, it is more of a divine calling and not just a profession, right? And this leads me to my second question. We are seeing that more people choose a nursing career today. From your own experience, would you say nursing is a profession for everyone, or it requires a special kind of a person?
All right. Okay. This is a question that I like answering. Well, especially because the one of the major notion people have about people who do nursing is that they're going in for the money. But
Yeah,
I'm a
sure.
nurse for years now. I'm telling you, you won't be making billions
Yes.
being a nurse. Well, in as much as the kind of country you're practicing can have an influence on the kind of money you're making. But honestly,
Sure.
I want to be very honest with this question, because nursing is not just for everybody. That's just it. It's not for
Mm,
everybody. It's not for everybody. Like I can tell you, it's not for everybody, because what it requires for being in the medical profession. Normally, it's not for everybody. Not even just nursing. Whether a medical doctor, a pharmacist, it has to be beyond, because it will demand a lot of qualities and skills that is beyond the academic. You can be a
mm,
very smart student while in school, but when it comes to caring for patients, you are not there. You're not compassionate. Your heart is not in what you are doing. And we are dealing with human beings, not toys. So whenever you are not even caring for them deeply, they see you, they see it, they know. They know. I know personally, even from my experience, where even I just loved it and I just care. And sometimes you see the patient say, I just love how you put your heart in what you do. So they will
mm,
see it, they will see. So it demands a lot. I'm not going to say it's for a specific kind of person, but I'm going to say two things. First of all, is if you're not the type that is compassionate, that knows how to be emotionally intelligent, because you are going to be hurt, people are going to insult you. They will say, nothing generally have this wrong perspective people have about it. Like they feel like it's just like a maid's job that just there following
mhm,
doctors' orders, which is not which is partially, but it's not even true, because I feel that they're all coming from the wrong context. But then it demands a lot from you. It's not just your academic ability. You have to be able to be compassionate, really compassionate. You have to be able to be emotionally intelligent. If you are the type that gets angry easily, you can't be in the nursing profession, because your patients are going to make you angry. They're going to make you feel like, oh God, is this what I'm called to do? Right? That's
mm,
very important. And you also have to be someone that is always curious to know. If you're someone that don't like working on yourself, continuous learning, you can't be in nursing, because healthcare is very dynamic, always changes every single time. There was a time nobody was talking about AI in nursing or
mm,
development. Now here we are. So you have to even follow the trends. like the trend that will make you to be relevant to your patients. There was a time where everything has to be in the clinical area, but now nursing has expanded so much that it has to be in other areas. So why nursing is a lucrative profession in quote, I feel it's more about the skills, the innate, the qualities that will make you stand out, right? I've seen people who enter nursing for a wrong reason. Honestly, it's not helpful even to you or to your patients. So that is what I'll have to say. So if you're not the kind of person that's willing to work on yourself, to be able to give, to be humane and be able to be caring, aside from whatever monetary gain you think you'll be getting, then don't even consider going to nursing. It will be very obvious to everybody that you don't really care. So that's where I would say I'll stop.
I get it. So definitely the nursing skills would give you the job, but the characters within you that is relating to human is what will sustain you in that job. Because I'm listening to you, it's not an easy path to take, yeah? So back to my host, Nana. What do you have to say?
If you don't actually care, why do nursing? I think that's one thing I picked up from all that she said. If you don't care, why do you do nursing in the first place? And it's good to hear all that from Miss Chiroma, starting from her journey. And this question has a lot to, I mean, let's take you also back to, her journey. And I want to ask, looking back at your training years, because obviously you must have gone through all the hurdles. What challenges did you face while studying nursing? Like these challenges, we're not talking about just financial. I'm putting in financial there, and I'm putting in academic there. Otherwise, and how did you overcome them? Tell us about it. Tell us about these challenges, and then how did you, eventually overcome the challenges?
All right. Okay. Actually, my nursing journey hasn't been like it's been full of challenges from the very beginning. When I entered into nursing school, I that was the year my father died. So it was very difficult to be in school, and it was emotionally. In fact, I know I was depressed throughout my first year in school. It was very bad, and it kind of affected my studies. But in as much I kept passing because I just didn't have a choice. Financially it was difficult. Like my finances was very, very bad. Yes, but how I overcame that one was thankfully my mom had her siblings who supported her. And while I was in school, I had friends, I had people that helped me here and there, and that was I was able to go through. Then emotionally and mentally speaking, let's say the death of my dad, I was very close to my father, my late father. So it was so hurtful finally being able to enter into school and he's not even there. Because when I was trying those times to enter into school and I couldn't get, he was there, he was my pillar, he was encouraging me. Now finally I've gotten into this. It was nowhere to be found. So it was hard emotionally. Yeah. Then the thirdly, it was also not easy on the intellectual aspect. Nothing is heavy. Some people think that this nothing is something you just some people think it's easier. It's an easy, just there, give injections, take care of you don't even know. Like we
And
deal with
that's it.
human complexities. That's what we deal with. So we're not dealing with minor things. It's just I don't know how to put it into words, but it was quite challenging because we had a lot of things to read, a lot of things you need to know because we are talking about human beings here. I'm not learning to work on a machine. I'm learning to work on a human being that is already, we're already complex already. Our body is complex.
Yes,
Multiple organs that's functioning. I need to learn a lot of things. Apart from that, you also need to develop the stamina of trying to carry out your duties and still maintain your own mental health. It's not easy to carry the burdens of people. Because for me, nothing also means like carrying the burden of someone who is sick and helping them out so that they can able to become strong, and recover fully. Then I think one of the major hits or major challenge I've had, and I still have to today that I'm practicing, is the gap between the theory and practical, especially here in the Nigerian environment. It's so like I know the first time that we went for posting, I thought it was even only me. We went for posting. In class, we were taught the ideal. We were practiced with the ideal. We know everything. They taught it as if there was no hitches. You know, I entered the hospital. My God, we don't have equipment to work with. We always have to improvise. We have to, like, guess it was everybody was shocked. Like, is this what I signed up for? I didn't sign up here. And then at the end of everything, it is you that the patient will always complain to first. Before they meet anybody to complain, it's you. They are the one that is at their bedside. So it was a huge shock. And you have to, and honestly, how I overcame that was I just had to come to that point where I'm like, I just felt like there's certain things that are systemic that you can't just fix because you have passion for something. So I just had to adapt, and I had to like find ways that even in this ugly environment, I should be able to still care for my patients, let them know that I am concerned, and just give them the appropriate care. And so far, it's been helping me a lot because no matter where I've worked in different areas, both private, public, whether it's federal, whether it's states. I've worked in different health centers, and anywhere I go, this is what I used to do. I used to like try to know what can I really do despite the kind of inadequacies that are here. So these are the major challenges that I personally went through. But I know that basically the challenge of inadequate staffing, poor remuneration, and in an environment that does not even prioritize their health, it's a whole lot, but it's all achievable. After all, that's why we are here. So, yes, thank you.
I have something that has really caught my emotions. There is someone who's listening to us, and they're in school. They're taking through they're taking through this course, and you see you've mentioned the challenges, and they're there. So I just want to hear from you as an individual. How do you handle this as an individual, to be able to cope up with all this pressure as a person? Because again, in as much as you're taking the care of other people, you also need to take care of yourself. I just want to know, you as a person, how do you handle this?
Okay. All right. I would say first of all, I think it's for me personally, I have a very uh strong work ethic. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, I do have my own values that are leading me, honestly, because it's easy to say, okay, because I'm in this painful environment, I should behave anyhow. I should just not control my emotions. Everybody should understand. But I've told myself that I am still dealing with people who are hurting. So I can't do otherwise than be there for them. And also I also integrate honesty in such, like, it's not as if I'll be so blunt that I'll be able to say this is a challenge we're having, but this is what we can do for you. I'm not the kind of nurse that will say things like, we don't have the instrument, that's it. I will have no solution. I'm going to look for a solution and let you know this is it. So I feel that for years I've been able to come up with things that will guide me, things like I'll remain compassionate. I have never, like, that one is basic. I'll be very compassionate. I'll be very, earnest where I have to be. Then maybe try to fight, maybe ask questions. Why is this not working? Why are we here? What can we do better? And honestly, sometimes that question doesn't get answered because it's kind of very systemic. Then let's come to the emotional and mental aspects. I'm someone that when it's work, I work. But when it's not my work, I don't work. Because I am a human being too, and I'm doing that. I can't, because nothing actually, unfortunately, in this nothing, you have to always pretend sort of that you are strong. Because if you are passing through pain, you will not be crying in front of patient, would you? You wouldn't
Exactly.
be. And when a patient experiences any painful loss, like, I've been in situations over time, I am dealing with a patient that have died, I'm trying to console, but immediately I'm having an emergency and I'm trying to handle, and then I have patients who are also in the ward. You get, so you have to navigate emotions instantly, change it, whether you're sad, angry. And that's what makes some people think that, oh, nurses are wicked, we don't have emotion. But it's not true. We are trying to be there for everybody in as much as we have our own experiences. So what I do is, if it's work, I work. If it's outside work, I do not do anything that's outside work. Like, I mean, it doesn't mean that I may not stay an extra time if you have a patient to see. That's not what I mean. As I'm leaving that work home, I'm going home to rest and focus on myself. I love taking times. I'm a health coach, I'm a health advocate. So I also prioritize my mental health. Times I watch movies, I love singing, I love dancing. I love doing those things that will remove my mind from anything. Do you get? So it's
I
now
get
a
it.
part of me. And I eat well. I eat well, I exercise, I do other healthy habits to help me, because if we're not really strong, I won't be able to handle. And I'm telling you, it works for me, because even at the end of a very heavy shift, I still go home fulfilled, happy, knowing that even if things didn't work out as I planned, I know that I still made an impact on one or the other. So that's what I'm saying, honestly, especially in here in Africa. I don't know about out. I can't say about people because I've never traveled out of here, which I do hope that one day I will. But now, I'm always saying, telling my fellow nurses, you have to actually come to that point where you define how you want to approach this profession, because honestly, you're going to face the beat. So you have to tell yourself, do I want to be here or do I not want to be here? It's a choice. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for clarifying that, because one thing I've gotten from you is that when it's work, you work. When you're out of work, you like literally force yourself to just
Yes.
forget about everything and focus on you, right? Okay, thank you so much. Hope guys you're learning there. This is so beautiful. Back to my host Nana. Let's go to the next question.
Okay. I want to say something. You know, when she mentioned that she lost her dad, I got so emotional. I know how it is when you lose someone who is so there to you, you understand, and you're trying to, you know, be happy. You're trying to, you know, make things around you feel like it's normal when it's not. And I'm so sorry about that, Miss Trauma. I am truly sorry that you lost your dad in at the, you know, at the point where you needed him the most. I'm so sorry about that. And so you had a very good response, you know, the questions that were asked to, you know, I mean, Miss Anne asked you a question and you had a very good response to that. And so I want to ask you this question because I think this is a very important question based on the fact that where I went to school, I actually went to school at Abia State University, and I had, would I say, people in my lodge, virtually everyone in my lodge at that time are nurses. And I could see that we're all female nurses. It was only one person in my lodge, I can't forget him. His name is Nurse ND. He was the only one who happened to be a male in, you know, in the field. And so the question is, there is a common belief actually that nursing is a female-dominated profession. Based on your experience, how are men faring in nursing? And do you think the perception is changing?
Okay. Okay, actually, worldwide is mostly women. Is mostly women. I think first of all, we have to trace it back to the cultural perspective that people had towards nursing. Before nursing became, was Florence Nightingale. That's why we always calling her the lady with the lamp. It was in her era that they kind of made nursing professional, because when people view or think about what nurses do, they feel like it's not a man's world. I mean, a man shouldn't be cleaning up someone who
Yes.
dedicated, a man shouldn't be carrying bed pans, a man shouldn't be, pampering and trying to make, patients get better. I feel like it's a woman's world. And that is the first perception that affected men entering the profession. In fact, I know when we were in school, we had one of the things history that there was even a time the nursing people wouldn't want males to enter the profession because they felt like they wouldn't understand how to care for patients. Yeah, so it's kind of affected them for a very long time. I know we are living like I said, culturally speaking, that is the perspective of sharp. And then when we even look at our history from time, we are mostly women, you know, that there are a lot of histories, sometimes it's from church and other things that made nursing to evolve. And it was only like women that were there. But I'm telling you that currently men are beginning to join nursing, and it's a good development, very good development, because we actually want to have more of them. From my experience, I've met men that are, very passionate about what they do. Yes, yeah, because it takes a lot to be there. So I've met men that are passionate about what they do and how they care. Meanwhile, one of the challenges that we're having currently about men in the profession is that people would assume that they are doctors. You see that cultural thing still there. Like you see a man and you're calling him doctor because in their mind, a man shouldn't be a nurse. A nurse. And so for the males, they have to come to that point where that they should be proud that they're nurse, because sometimes the men are not proud to say, no, I'm not a doctor, I'm a nurse. Most of the time, them allow that doctor this to
title, yeah.
And I always tell the male colleagues at work, you don't need to allow it. Like, you have to say, no, I'm not a doctor. I'm a nurse. And let them appreciate that. Let them know that, Then the other thing is that many men, like, of course, not like in school though, we were very few. Very, very few. When I was in university, I don't think we are up to 10 mil, were we? But we are over, okay, let's say among 200 and something students, I don't think we are up to 13 guys that were there. You see, the gap is too much.
Yeah, sure.
But what I love that is happening also is that...
Yes, the gap is much.
It's very much, like, it's very high. It's not even 50-50 at all. It's not even 50.
In fact, it's more like 90-10, 90-15 there. It's too wide.
Yes. But what I love that is happening, I think the perception is actually changing. More because some specialties preferred male nurses to be there. Like most male on their own wouldn't even want to be at the bedside. They don't want to be at the bedside. Like, so they go into things like theater nursing, they go into things like anesthesiology, like those that work in the theater, to like those that make patients, doing surgeries. They like going to where they feel they would be more in. I don't know. I just perceive that I feel that's why. Yeah, most male nurses don't like ending up at the bedside. It's okay, because currently we have over 100 plus specialties in nursing. I know many people don't even know that. It's not just nursing and midwife that we have. We have over 100 specialties in nursing. So at least it gives that broad playing ground for any man who wants to be in nursing to join us. So I think that the perception is shifting, but it's still slow. It's still slow. But I think we'll get there where it will no longer be known as a female-dominated profession. And I also love that when people, apart from, it's not always one of the key things that should be priority, but when people see how lucrative and how the kind of money that men make in nursing, they're also moved to come into nursing. But I hope that is not the major thing. But then it kind of attracts some men into the nursing profession. Yes, thank you.
Okay, that's a very insightful take, honestly. It's great to hear that the narrative, it's slowly changing. And, when we talk about this whole thing, it's as though we don't know what we're saying, but it's good that you are saying it's coming from you as a registered nurse. And I must say, I like this conversation because it really helps us, challenge that outdated perceptions. Thank you very much for letting us know this. And over to you, Miss. And can you continue with the next question? Thank you.
Yeah, I really love how Choma is unfolding this, because even I was trying to do my research, and the way I've just mentioned, and even Choma has mentioned, You truly, especially even in the Western countries, you find like 90% of nurses are women. And the way you have now clarified,
Yes.
it has been contributed
Absolutely.
more because of the cultural beliefs, right? And like even the cultural beliefs, because we tend to see like even the men themselves, maybe they are hard on. You see, we are women and we are the soft people, and most women tend to go in that direction. So personally, growing up, I've always believed that any time I hear the term midwife, is probably some old woman in the village who's taking care of women who want to give birth. So, Choma, may you please explain to us the differences between a midwife and a nurse, and how these two complement each other?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Many don't know that, but midwifery is a specialty role. In as much as we don't feel like a nurse that doesn't know, that doesn't do midwifery is not complete. No, that was the old times, not now. Normally,
Mm.
registered nursing is the basic, is like the foundation of a house. You can't actually be a nurse, a registered nurse, or be in other specialties without having going through. Like you can't jump to being a cardiothoracic nurse if you're not a registered nurse yet. And even though right now some people do midwifery first without nursing, but you can't do your BSc if you have not done nursing. They wouldn't like is in the because nursing is always where it all starts. We are giving that's why we call it general nursing. General nursing. Do you get like because we are kind of equipped and trained to tend to different people of different age groups of different conditions across multiple specialties. That is why no matter if it's a kidney specialist hospital, you will find a general nurse there. You must not find a nurse that did specialty in kidney cases. If it's just name it, any place, any different organization you go to, you always see a general nurse because the training is to just equip you to take care of anybody at any time, at least even if it's to give that first aid stabilizing form of care before any specialty care is given to the person. That's who a registered nurse to is. Like you are just the training covers general things. You know a lot. You're supposed to know a lot. That's what it connotes. But a midwife is a specialist. Her focus is on the maternal and the newborn health, the mother and the baby. Of course, we are also widening it to include the family, but it will be within the confines of pregnancy, delivery, and postpartum. They will call like 6 weeks after delivery. The midwife is trained to oversee from antenatal care to care within the delivery period, which you call labor period and delivery. They will have postpartum, which is after birth. We have the care of the newborn child. It is the midwife that is equipped to do that. All right. So I feel they actually complement each other. Yes, they actually complement each other because as a nurse, you can do certain things a midwife would do. But because I've been trained to generally know certain things, but a midwife would know more when it comes to certain things about the pregnancy. Of course, in school, we are still taught pregnancy period, but in midwifery, you are going deeper. Do you understand? So let's say that the nursing is kind of a foundation. Every other specialty is kind of like, let's say, the specificity of a room in a house, but nursing is just there. Because with nursing, like now, when you are doing any other specialty, not just midwifery, I'm really very intentional in not just mentioning only midwifery, because we people still believe that a nurse must be a midwife. A nurse must not be a midwife. I can do nursing and tomorrow I want to do another specialty, and that doesn't make me less of a nurse. But our culture, our African perspective, if you're a nurse and you're not doing midwifery, but if you go out there outside this country, Africa, you will not be seeing that kind of mindset because everybody, where you belong. But the reason why that basic is important, because it gives you an idea of certain things. It equips you with basic knowledge of so many things, so that you are the one that will not choose which area do I just want to remain. It's okay if you still continue to practice a registered nurse, you don't want any other specialty, you will still be making impact where you are. But it's always, as things are changing, it's encouraged for people to come up, learn one or few other specialties, or just keep growing, get your master's, get your PhD, get other things to make you more attuned with the changing dynamics of healthcare. Thank you.
Oh wow, that is so beautiful. In fact, myself, I'm learning because I never knew this. So it means when it comes to nursing, there is also different specialities, right? So the midwife, can I also say that a midwife is also a nurse, but who has specialized in that particular area?
Yes, yes, what I'm trying to say, even midwifery part of it is a specialty. It's a specialty.
Okay.
Like nursing is the basic, midwifery is a specialty. Cardiothoracic nursing is a special. Those are the people that deal with the heart, right? Theater nursing is a special. People that work in the theaters for surgeries, who overlook surgeries. You are still a nurse, but you are doing those ones because you want to specialize. So I don't want it to look like the midwifery is a specialty, but it's kind of it's also nursing. You will definitely know nursing, but it's also is a specialty where you now talk about a pregnant mom. The main reason why people think both of them should always come together is because in our culture, our society, we don't always get the best of healthcare. So if somebody hears you're a nurse, they feel like, oh, you should know midwifery too. So you should be able to take care of a pregnant woman. So that's why most times we do both. Most nurses will do both. You will do your midwifery just because that is the world we are. But if you train abroad, you don't need to have that. When you do your basic nursing, next thing is to, if you want, go to something else like another specialty, and nobody will say, because you're a nurse, you don't know midwifery, you are lacking. No. That's what I'm trying.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm really learning a lot. That also takes me back to. You have something to say? I'm really learning a lot, honestly, because.
No, I'm saying that we're learning. Actually, it's an eye opener. You understand what you don't know until an expert comes to tell you, things that are different from what you're used to or what you've been hearing. You understand? So it's good. I'm learning from her. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for putting it black and white the way it is and helping us to understand. Just a reminder back to our audience, probably you're getting confused and you need more clarity or you have a question. Feel free to drop the questions in the comment section. And next to our question, there is this ratios incompatibility among women. So first of all, I would love you to tell us what is ratios incompatibility, because maybe some people like me who do not understand what it is. And also you can share what inspired you, because you did a research on the ratios incompatibility. What inspired you to carry out the research, and what are some of the insights you discovered after conducting your research?
All right. Okay. Races. That it's not so uncommon. Everybody have blood group. You have your blood group, whether you are O, you are A, you are B. And what people don't know is that those positive or negative sign, that is the rhesus factor. That is the factor that makes us aware. Because what people are, and people actually say it. So you can ask them, what's your blood? It says B, it is B positive. That's all they know, is B is B. They don't know that those positive and negative signs are big indicators of our health. And but the thing is that rhesus incompatibility would come up mainly in around issues of pregnancy and childbirth. That's where you will see the major role of that positive and negative sign. All right. Rhesus incompatibility is a condition that develops in a pregnant woman when she has a rhesus negative blood. That, let's say, for example, she's A negative, So because she is negative, and probably the baby in her womb that is growing is a positive. Most times, those positive babies come because the father is also positive, has a positive rhesus factor. Now, the body's immune system, we begin to see that baby's cells, blood cells, as a foreign body, and we create antibodies to fight it. Like, this is genetic. It's not something you acquire. You didn't acquire. It just happens, right? It just happens. Your baby is growing, but the rhesus factor, that it has is clashing with yours. It start developing an antibody, like the woman's body. All right. Now, most times it doesn't affect the first pregnancy because that is where the antibodies are still forming. They're not fully formed. Like, that's where it starts forming. So when a woman gives birth, especially because maybe during delivery, or there is this exchange of blood, or during like placenta and all those things that happen during delivery, there can be a mix of the blood that would now cause problem. Now, in subsequent pregnancies, the baby will not be able to stay. Why? Because those antibodies are fully formed and are waiting. If that woman gets pregnant with an A negative baby, she will escape that experience. But if that baby is also positive, the body will start fighting it. And that is why most times the baby might not stay. There will be consistent miscarriages, or the baby will be born dead. We call it stillbirth. Or the baby will become with a lot of complications, and they don't usually survive it. So that is race incompatibility. Means they're not compatible. The race factor is negative. Your baby is positive. They are not compatible.
Positive.
Yes, they're not compatible. So it's what causes problems. So that is why, as a woman, you have to know these things. So when I did that study, when I was choosing the topic, I realized that because I'm in school now, we're going for posting, and you see women, and I'm telling you, most women come to the hospital, all they want to, I just want to give birth to my baby. They don't want to know any other thing about what they're doing, like about the things. That's why sometimes they even don't come to antenatal sessions, which is a big opportunity to let women know about their baby. But with this rhesus incompatibility, in fact, knowing during pregnancy is not enough. You need to know before pregnancy. And even if you're pregnant, you also need to know, because and it's actually preventable, completely preventable, with Rogam injections, which has to be given. In Africa, is mostly given within 72 hours, because that's what works for us. Most times they don't always have we don't have the advancements to know these things before time. But other places, well, I don't know whether some African countries are, of course, improving on that area. You can also give the woman that before delivery, right? Or within 72 hours after delivery. It will prevent the formation of those antibodies completely. And that it should not be after the first, like the time the first baby is giving birth, the woman should receive it. It will prevent the complete formation of the antibodies, so that the woman will keep having healthy babies, going forward. And a woman who has this has to consistently be receiving this injection after each delivery. You don't receive it once and you have to keep receiving it. Because, as I say here, we don't have the opportunity to know whether your baby is negative. So you will not, but you just have to keep giving the outside, they know. So that's just the base. And what made me to get into that research was because it was looking like a rare case, a rare condition, but it is not. Even when I know that time when I was doing research, looking up for literature reviews online, there was very little researches that have been done on it, actually. Very, very little. It was very difficult. I had to tell my supervisor, and she even found out. So, like, it's very little, proof that people have been asking these questions or doing research about it. So, but look, after the research, we got to find, of course, the statistics speak for itself. Majority of women don't even have any idea about it. The name of my research was the knowledge of resource incompatibility among women of childbearing age in selected health centers in Enugu metropolis. So I wasn't choosing just pregnancy. I was choosing women of childbearing age. Childbearing age from 20, of course, you'll be able, like, 18, as long as a woman is an adult can. So from that time period, but I think I added an age limit. I said, I think from 25 or something. I can't literally remember. But during my research, because I visited these health centers, I did the research myself. So it wasn't like students in school or peer of things. I did the research myself. I went to see these women. I asked them these questions. Most of them had no idea what I was talking about once I said to break it down. So in the moment I asked somebody, do you know what racist incompatibility is? Because that's the first question of my research questionnaire. What you will hear is no. So they don't even know what it is. Then when I now ask the next question, I'd ask about your blog group, the positive or negative. They're like, oh, is that what I'm talking about? But they have never really heard about racism, the problem that they didn't know it could pose as a challenge. So the research findings show that many women in that place had no idea. They didn't have any idea about it. Some of them didn't even know that was a racist factor. And most of them didn't even know how, and I'm talking about even the educated ones. So it wasn't really about educational background. What you don't know, you don't know. So I believe that knowledge is actually the first step, which should be communicated to every woman that's supposed to know, right? Because they don't know. It showed that there was very poor knowledge about this issue, this condition, that to women. Why some people, just very few percentage, that when I said it, they even began to tell me their story. Oh, I almost had it, but I know there's a medication that they give me. Sometimes they don't even know the medication, but they know that they were told that, if you don't give me this medication, this is going to happen. So they already have their idea. Why? Because they are taking it. So imagine if they had not been taking it, they may not have even know. Like it's just basically the knowledge is poor. And from then to now, I think the knowledge is still poor. Even though it has increased, some people would know. But when you go to rural areas, many women don't even know. And that's why they keep saying women that are losing babies like this, that they are eating their babies, or they are then the parents, the family be against her, telling
the
her
juju from the
that
village.
men, they don't keep a baby, other women are stronger than them. But honestly, this is genetic. So the only way to deal with genetic issues is knowledge, and then applying the right way to handle it. Because you can't tell a woman that has a negative risk factor to change it to positive. It's not possible. It's already in the blood. It's how the makeup is normal. So that's it. Thank you.
Oh, wow. This is eye-opening, because you're mentioning about those women. I think you need to include me among those women, because I also had no idea about the racist incompatibility. You've mentioned this
really?
yeah, sure. I'm learning now, honestly.
Wow.
Yes, you've mentioned this injection referred to as the Regum. Am I pronouncing it well? Regum injection.
Rogam.
Oh, it's Rogam.
Yes, RHOG is a kind of an abbreviation, not even the phone. RHO GAM, Rogam. So, but it's an anti-D immunoglobulin. That is just an immunoglobulin that helps prevent the formation of the antibodies. Rogam.
Okay. So I just have a concern, because you've said I can take this injection to prevent the formation of antibodies, right? So is it meant for every woman to take this injection, or for only those women who have been identified that there is a possibility for them to have these racial incompatibility?
Yes, most time, yeah, it's not for every, don't just go and take it. It's not like
Uh-huh.
that. It doesn't work like
Yeah.
that. Like
Uh,
now, if you
uh-huh.
are positive and your husband, as I said, most times is that basic factors that when they're there, you start taking note of the woman because she may be at risk. First is she's negative. She has a negative rhesus factor. That's the first. Secondly,
Mm.
the husband has a positive rhesus factor. So if the husband has
Oh.
a negative, it may not really be a
Negative.
problem. But the husband has a positive. Remember, we are saying that incompatible. Do you get? So these two things, when it's there, when you ask a woman and it's there, then you know that, okay, then you ask her, is it your first pregnancy? If it's
Mm-hmm.
her first pregnancy,
Mm,
then she has to get that drug ready, ready, ready. Because most times it's after delivery, they don't even wait for the 72 hours is long. You give it the same, it's after the delivery. Do you understand? So it's
I
not
get
just
it.
you just have and you feel like not everybody gets it. What I'm saying, if you're at risk, you understand, then you have to get it ready. And even currently where I'm working, one of our colleagues, she said every of her pregnancy, she always bought it and kept because she needed it because she's negative, husband is positive. And that's how she was doing. And now she has like 5 healthy kids. None of them were affected during. I even one of my lecturers in school, when she was explaining that topic to me, as in my supervisor, she also had her 4 boys. She always took that injection, but because she's already at risk. So if a woman has negative, but husband is positive, we always need to ask that question. Do you know about racist base? Because they are the ones that we now need to take caution. I hope I
Oh.
am clear with that.
Yeah, you're very clear, and honestly, this is a very crucial topic that I would really like us to go deeper and deeper into it. But because of time, let's go to our next question, and I will invite Princess Nana to take us through it. Thank you so much for the clarification that you're making to us, Choma.
It's my pleasure.
Mm.
I don't know. If you allow me, I'm going to say let's keep asking that question because I remember in 2019, a friend of mine, in fact, he's a colleague of mine, wanted to get married, and he was the one who started telling me about it. Of course, how would I have known? I don't know anything about it. And then he started saying something about racist factor, racist this and racist that. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? I had to go to
Exactly.
Google, but I did not still understand it, you know.
Mm.
So I don't know. Do you think we should always ask questions before we get married? Like things like,
Yes,
what's your you understand? What's your blood type?
it's
Are you
compulsory.
positive? Are you negative?
It's
You understand?
compulsory. It's
I think
compulsory.
marriage is even too far. We should start
Really?
asking these questions when you're
Questions
going out for
now. Like
dates.
now on this call, how many of us know a racist factor on this call? Right now, people in the comment section, do you even know your racist factor? Because that's where we have to start
Yeah,
from.
sure.
You know your
Mm.
rest factor. So it's not about, oh, I am
Mm.
now that you know, okay, I'm O negative, I'm O positive. Ah, okay. Now, if you are negative,
Mm,
now you know that when any man is indicating interest here, especially as a woman, you're like,
Mm.
oh, what's the racist factor? What's the blood group? Then if it's a guy
Exactly.
that is there, and now you know, you ask your future wife or anything, what's your
Mm.
blood group? Let's know. It's normal. I mean, it's something you should just know. It's a good thing. And you know, these days, actually,
Uh,
honestly, we have to also be honest of the changes you're experiencing currently. Some women want to give birth on their own. They want to give birth on
mm.
their own. They don't want to get married. I'm not saying, for me, I'm a Christian, so I'm always going to say no. That's against my faith. You have to be married to have kids. But
Mm.
I'm a nurse, so I don't discriminate when it comes to choices. Somebody wants to go get a baby, you also need to know these things so that the person that you're getting this baby from, are they also, what's their blood group, like their rhesus factor, so that you not also find yourself battling this over the years. So it's important.
So,
Thank
Nana,
you
you know
very
the
much.
first question you have to ask when you're going for a date. It's not how much money you're making.
I'm telling you,
That may not
that's
be the
right.
best station, but then when things are getting serious, you need to ask.
Yes.
Just like people who are
Perhaps after the
well,
talking stage, or maybe during the talking stage, you start asking questions like that.
Exactly. Okay.
It's well. All right. I think this is where the part where I would like us to talk about. This question is very important. We see what you do on LinkedIn, very, very good. I mean, very impressive. And I want to, even your bio says it all actually. What do you think about nurses, building outside the hospital walls?
okay. I'm very firm believer that a nurse can be more than what she's known within the hospital walls. Honestly, before it came to this point, it's always been in me. It's just that I didn't find an expressive or an opportunity to express that. Personally, I've always been someone that I feel that we can impact our world more than where we are. That is why I take building online very seriously. I don't take it as a side hustle, actually. It's very important. Impact has always been the reason why I do what I do. And sometimes when people discuss with me, I tell them money is in the least or money is in the last thing. Impact has always been my desire. And I believe nurses have what it takes. Like as a nurse, if you're taking care of people in the hospital, that's perfect. But your impact is only felt within the hospital. But if you're someone that wants to be more, you want people to know you for everything that you do, for things, beyond nursing skills, we have other skills, we have other abilities, we have other desires to learn other things. Being a nurse shouldn't cage us. It should be like a foundation. For me, I always say my nursing is a foundation to what I do because I started with talking about health, which I'm always passionate about anytime, any day. But I began to realize that staying in a particular place, kind of limits you. I feel that being just somewhere limits your potentials. Sometimes you can't even see things that you can do because you're just within a confines of a place. I feel nurses should just come out of that mode of feeling that think just being in healthcare is enough for me. Don't I know? Of course, if someone doesn't want to go out of it, that's okay. That's choice. But if someone wants to really make impact in the world, just being in a particular place is not enough. You can leverage those skills, those abilities that you have developed to work on yourself and build the impact. For example, I teach online, I share content about health, and I'm influencing people already towards their health that they don't need to go to hospital to hear from first. I'm already helping them, equipping them to start protecting their health right where they are before they begin to. Because people, for real, people only go to hospital when they feel sick. But of course, we know that sickness doesn't start when you go to hospital. Sometimes it's already doing press up in your body. You have not found out yet. So knowing and taking doing that helps you. Like a nurse, I believe a nurse is equipped to be more. But if you're not called to enter entrepreneurship, you can still go into other things, maybe speaking engagements where you share your expertise with others. So it must not be the one of like the entrepreneurship part of trying to do other things, addition. You can just choose other many ways to show off the expertise that you have. So I believe, not just I feel, I believe that nurses should build beyond the hospital world.
Interesting. And thank you for saying that. I must say this is exactly what people should learn from you, because some persons will always want to be at a place, they don't want to um find a skill and perfecting it and extend beyond being just in, those persons are like, okay, I'm a nurse and nursing is just in around the hospital worlds. I cannot do anything else. But if you listen to, in fact, I think we should just let people know that they must go to LinkedIn and follow you and learn from you seriously and
I
take the
get
skills
DMs.
seriously,
I do get
extend
DMs. So
beyond the
I feel like,
nurse.
how do you do these things?
You see,
Start
you
from the
Exactly.
see.
mindset.
Yes.
Start from the
It will
mindset.
help them. It will help them have meaningful share, be someone who is impactful. it will help them really, because I don't know for anyone. I have a lot of persons who are in the field already, and I think that's just what they do. They just nurses. I work at the hospital, and that is all they
Mm,
know you for. They
mm,
don't know you for any other thing apart from the fact that you work in the hospital, and which I must say isn't for someone who is in this century, you should think beyond the hospital. If aside being a nurse, every other profession too, you call yourself a teacher and you're at the place, that's a very big problem, honestly. I must say that. I think someone here is saying hi, Nena. Glad to be here. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, if you have any questions, you can ask. And we are almost coming to the end of the show, but we have very important question to ask. I think we have this and then the very last one. And the question says, we have noticed, myself, my co-host, every other person here, we've noticed that you consistently share AI-powered content on LinkedIn. Would you consider yourself an AI content creator? And how do you balance being a nurse, a coach, and a content creator at the same time? You see where we say you wear several caps. It comes to play here.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, before I answer the question, I also want to add something to what I said before about nurses building outside the hospital walls. It gives you that
Mm,
opportunity to meet people where decisions are being made. Many
mm,
nurses, we don't even find ourselves being policy makers. We are always
mm,
at the receiving end because we have just confined ourselves to a particular place. Like this, I told myself I'm going to take some leadership courses, and one of the things I would like to do in my master's is administrative, at the administrative part of health, because I feel like we need to start getting into rooms where we begin to make changes that would help our patients, even help the general public as a whole. So imagine just confining yourself to a place, you won't be able to have the opportunity to be in positions where you make changes. And leadership is very important. So that is also what I want to ask. So it's not just even about just going out there and posting content. There is more to it than just that. So with what I do, yes, I consider myself, in fact, I call myself an AI visual creative. I'm not into everywhere in AI. I am into visual and videos. That is where I am for now. Not as if I'm not going to delve deeper. Of course I would. I'm always a voracious learner. I want to learn. I want to
mm,
know. I want to do more. It's just who I am from childhood. It's always been. And my father was part of people that cultivated that desire in me by making us develop reading. Like I know time I was like at 15, I read over 20 to 30 books in my father's library. The books. I
mm,
don't get the books.
wow.
I can get a book that has like very big, I can finish it in 2 to 3 days. I love reading, right?
Mm,
So I call myself an AI visual creative because I believe in helping brands and creators, bring their ideas to life through AI visuals. Visuals, I mean like images, videos, basically. I feel that especially for people who is reading online, they want to connect more. You know that videos on social media platform, videos always do better and nice pictures. So you can't be building your online and you have just putting any to not make you reach the right people. Because they said don't judge a book by the cover, but in the online world, we judge books by cover. Is what I see you do that I will judge you
mhm,
with before I come to know other things about you. And that's just it.
sure.
mm.
I think that is a problem with our guest's network.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
can you hear her?
I cannot. I guess
Yeah.
it's my network. Oh, it's okay. While we wait for her to join us. It's an amazing section with her. She has a lot to share, you know, and and I must say, Miss Anne,
Mm,
you have to take this rhesus factor-ish and incompatibility very seriously. You know, I guess she'll join us later, or probably her network just took her off. Okay, she's here. Oh, sorry, ma'am. She's here.
Yeah, that is very true. It's something that has really made me to even think deeper. Welcome, Choma. Sorry for the network issues.
Okay, I hope she can hear us. Hello, Miss Choma. Are you there, ma'am?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Should I continue? I
Okay,
think that
sorry.
the break in transmission.
Oh,
Sure,
okay.
you can continue. Take over.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Okay. So that was that anyway. That's what I do. And how do I navigate the both worlds, the three things I do, this we do.
Yes.
And also, I am the CEO of the Chomo Okere Brand Limited. Yes, I had to register my business officially because I want people to see that I'm not just doing this for doing this sake. So, but it's still new. I'm still going to talk about it more later. But then that's what I do currently. I've been doing this since 2024. That's why I officially started bidding on LinkedIn. Actually, LinkedIn was the platform that gave me that leverage to start seeing other things I can do apart from nothing. I mean, seeing other people who are also doing that, it really motivated me to seek more knowledge and work on myself and improve myself so that I can be the best of what I'm doing right now, right? So how am I able to navigate being an online, I call it just, let's say, building online and being offline as a nurse? First of all, I think it starts with the passion I have for what I do. Like, I know that we are living in a world where they say passion will not feed you, but I'm telling you, it was passion that pushed me to where I am today. And I'm not that I'm only scratching the surface. I'm not even doing, I still have things I want to achieve. I have this broad picture in my head, which I'm working towards. But I'm trying to say I am very passionate about what I do. That's why on my LinkedIn profile, you will see me say the passionate nurse and coach. I purposely put that passionate because I want people to know.
Mm.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, I
Think
think it's a network. It's a
yeah,
network, and
yeah,
she's
sure.
gonna join us
Mm.
soon. Okay, it's okay, ma'am.
Okay, so
Let's
I'm just going to round up now. Sorry, I'm going to round up
okay.
now.
Mm.
Okay. I think the first thing is clarity. I know exactly what I want to achieve. I know what I want to do. As I said, impact has been the core of what I do. Secondly, so that clarity is always helping me to define what I should be focusing on at each time. Second one is time management. I'm intentional about how I spend my time because I know that I have to really be strategic at what I put out, right? I have to be very strategic. When I'm at work, right? When I'm creating my content, I put my heart and soul. So the way I actually take care of my patients is the way I approach my building by bringing my brand online. Yeah. So I mean, even with the awards I've gotten so far, last year in the academy where I teach, I was awarded the best coach award in one of the batches we ran in the Christian community I belong to. I was awarded the Community Impact Award. I was given the community, and even in nursing, one of the hospitals I worked, I was given the most as the most hardworking nurse, something like that, I think. Then in the church place, I was also given most outstanding worker. So it's always it has something, it's always something that follows me everywhere I go because the way I approach my work is very different. I want to be the best. I want to give my best. It doesn't mean that I know everything. I don't know. I'm the type that even when I don't know, I will ask. I don't pretend that I do know anything if I don't know. So time management, I'm very clear on what I want. I manage my time well. And two, I plan. I always plan. I love planning. In fact, I think planning is one of my basic way of, like, I know last year I got back-to-back speaking engagements. And I know one time my friend reached out and said, how are you handling working and you're getting this multiple speaking engagement? I say it's just planning. I plan. And when I plan, I'm there. I don't like to disappoint. Then finally I set boundaries. I set boundaries a lot for my mental health so that I will not be burnt out with what I do. I set boundaries. There are times where my phone is on airplane mode. There are times when I'm off social media. There are times when I'm at work, I'm at work. And I'm also the kind of nurse, you can't find me at work taking care of patients and answering call, pressing my phone. When is work is work. When is content is content. When is other things. So I just find a way to navigate it. And so far, I'm working on myself. When I started Millie anyway, it was kind of too much for me, because the main reason why was because I was comparing myself to other people. I wanted to do the way other people were doing it. I always wanted to show the way, I come online, I see someone there, I just mistakenly touched my LinkedIn and I saw by 4 a.m. somebody was making a post. And honestly, I can't make a post by 4.
Really, this is so interesting. I must say, it's very interesting. It's not easy. I think her network is pretty bad. Miss Anne, you see the kind of
So
network
that's
you
it. So
okay.
that's it. I
Okay,
feel
she's here.
when I removed comparison,
Sorry, you're here.
when I removed comparison and trying to fit into other people's mode, I found I began to now do things at my own pace. I embraced my journey. I told myself it's okay if you're not getting the results you want now. Just keep showing up at your own pace, at your own time. And I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, when I got to that point, I still notice I still get recommendations, I still get referrals, I still have opportunities, even though I removed comparison completely and I'm embraced the journey I'm taking. So that's why I always, even as a goal accountability coach, any client I coach, I always tell them, be realistic with yourself. You have to check your life. What can I do now? What can't I do now? Be realistic, because the more realistic you are, the more you're able to find strategies that will help you to plan your life so that you will not overwhelm yourself. Because at the end, in as much as we always say, show up for your audience, you are the first VIP before any other person. Because if you are not there, life will move on with other people, and the highest thing you hear is sorry. So I'm always very intentional about that. Thank you so much for having me. It's a very great pleasure.
Thank you so much, Choma. And that is something that I've just grasped, and it has stood out for me about being a steward of time. Yeah. And I know time is far much spent, but I would really love you to just talk to us maybe in a minute or two. There is a program that you're running, the Goal Achievers Accountability Circle. And I know we set goals, but we never fulfill our goals. Goals are there. We have written those goals. And by the end of 2026, nothing has happened. And I'm glad you're taking this. It is a program. I've seen it on your LinkedIn portfolio. And I know most of us are really affected with this. Can you please kindly just take us, what is this? What is the Goal Achievers, the accountability program that you're running?
All right. Okay.
Yes, as a wrap up. Yes.
So
thank you.
It's the Goal Achievers and Accountability Circle. The reason, the dream behind this accountability circle is to help especially busy professionals and people who always struggle to achieve their goals, to have the structure, the strategy, and the support. And that is why in my circle, when you are joining, it's not about just reminding you to take care of your goals. I already have a goal clarity workbook because I believe in having clarity. So in the circle, you gain clarity on what goal to prioritize at each point in time. Secondly, I share with you the strategies. That is why I host, I plan, of course, I've been doing that before then, just I made it more, streamlined. There are webinars, there are recordings, there are things that I share to help the members to try it. And we have structure. There's a structure that we follow. And I'm telling you, even before I officially made that I've been doing other free ones, and the testimonials are there, how it has
Yeah,
helped
sure.
them
I've seen.
not just set goals, but finally achieve it. So the aim is to help people build the structure and the systems in their life where they are able to fulfill their goals with ease and less, stress. It's important because when you fulfill your goals, you feel fulfilled, you feel achieved. Like there's this happiness that you have than always procrastinating it. With me, and I'm very good at consistency. That one, there's no day I don't fail to show up. And that's why I do one-on-one. There's a woman I'm currently coaching, but it's a one-on-one. She told me that she has observed how consistent I am. That's why she knew she needed my help. And that's why we started one-on-one. But that one is a group coaching where different people join and we share the general ways where you keep, be accountable to your goals. It's so clear at the end of each week, at the end of each month, you look back and you are able to count things I was able to do, things I couldn't do, where I need to make changes, what I need to improve on. So that is it about the circle.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. And just to tell my people and the audience that are listening to us, the prizes, oh my, they're amazing. It's almost like a free plan. So you don't have you can't afford to miss
It's
this,
almost
okay?
free for everybody because almost feel like you won't get a paid accountability coaching that's like that for that price. But I just want to help a lot of people because I'm telling you, before that, I still get DMs. Can you be my accountability partner? I'm really struggling with this. And I'm like, I think there is a problem here. Let me help people with that.
Thank you so much. And I will just let everyone listening to us, please follow Chioma on her LinkedIn account.
Yes.
Trust me, you will not regret it. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time, for how you've poured your heart into this. Personally, I've learned a lot. And I'm telling you, from here, I have to go to the hospital and know my rhesus factor. I don't know it's factor or what, but I just have to have the know-how and the knowledge, because knowledge is what is limiting us, and of course it is also haunting us a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to Nana.
Thank you very much. It's truly an inspiring section. I don't know who is watching us right now, but I must say that I really got value from everything you just I know it's not an easy one for you to be here today, but you honoring our invitation and coming to share all of this. Oh, I must say thank you very much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I have learned one or two, and I'm going to take it out there to let people know. Knowledge is power. It's going to take me places, going to take us places. And to the audience, those who are watching us right now, thank you all very much for joining us. We are so grateful. And it's time to say goodbye, and thank you all. And to my guest speaker, thank you very much. We are grateful. And I think I'm gonna slide to your DM concerning this accountability. What do you think, Miss Anne? I'm going to do that. I love consistency.
Personally, I'm one person who's really struggling with consistency. Oh my goodness.
I love consistency.
You like?
I love consistency. I love consistency. I want to do that more often, doing things I want to, my goals, achieving them. Sometimes we are humans, we can, fall off sometimes, but if we have a partner that would, put us through, that will be there for us, then it's going to be an easy one for us. It's going to be an easy ride, that kind of thing. Yes. And thank you very much, Miss Chioma. And we wish that one day you would also, we send you a DM and say, come and join us. Come and tell us something. And then you will come. Thank you so much. All right, audience, I'm so sorry we had to extend because we had a lot. We're enjoying the conversation with Miss Chioma. She's so very much interacting. Thank you so much, all of you. And bye. And bye for now. Bye. All right, bye.
Bye.